It all begins in the dark, cold depths of Pennsylvania's Appalachian Trail, where a group of cavers stumbles upon an ancient, uncharted cave system. What they don't realize is that they've just awakened something far worse than they could have imagined. Deep inside this hidden underground world, they unknowingly release prehistoric bats that have been sealed off for centuries. These bats, once disturbed, react violently to sound. The creatures, called vesps, have a terrifying ability to hunt their prey through sound. Nothing escapes their hearing. These creatures, with their terrifying screeching, swarm out of the cave and begin to spread across the country, wreaking havoc wherever they go. And the moment these creatures hear any noise, be it a scream, a cough, or even the rustle of clothes, death follows. The world goes into chaos as people realize how fragile their lives have become. Fast forward to Montclair, New Jersey, 20 miles northwest of New York City. We meet the Andrews family, who are in the midst of this global nightmare. Hugh Andrews, a loving father, and his wife, Kelly, along with their 2 children, Allie and Jude, are stuck in the middle of this chaos. Allie, the teenage daughter, is deaf, which is both a blessing and a curse in this world where silence is their only hope for survival. She doesn't have to worry about making noise, but her family does, and their struggle to keep quiet becomes increasingly difficult. As the news breaks about the deadly vesps, the family is forced to leave their home in search of safety. They're joined by Hugh's best friend Glenn, who brings his own dog, Otis. This small group of survivors sets out on a journey, hoping to find safety, but little do they know, their fight for survival is only just beginning. Along the way, the Andrews family encounters a number of terrifying obstacles. When the family stops at a gas station, they are met by a desperate man trying to steal their car. Glenn shoots the man in the leg, and things quickly escalate as the group realizes that violence and chaos are everywhere. Afterward, a massive traffic jam forces them off the main road. While navigating a back road, Glenn swerves to avoid hitting a stampede of deer, and his vehicle crashes down an embankment. With no way to move the wreckage, Glenn insists that Hugh go on without him, knowing that his sacrifice may save the family. In a heartbreaking moment, Glenn draws the vesps towards him by firing his gun, giving Hugh and his family the opportunity to escape. However, this is just the beginning of their nightmare. Hugh is forced to make a gut-wrenching decision when their dog, Otis, begins barking loudly. Realizing the danger it poses, Hugh makes the painful choice to let Otis go. It's a brutal moment for the family, and it sets the tone for how far they'll have to go to survive in this silent world. As they continue their journey, the family is confronted with even more danger. Lynn, Hugh's mother-in-law, suffers from a severe asthma attack, and her coughing draws a vesp back toward the family's vehicle. In a desperate move, Hugh uses a tire iron to draw the creature away, but the situation is growing more desperate by the second. They can't afford any more mistakes, and the danger is always just around the corner. Unable to use their vehicle due to its noise, the family takes to the forest on foot. As they walk through the wilderness, they stumble upon a fenced-in cabin compound, which seems like the perfect place to rest and recover. However, their hopes are dashed when the elderly woman who owns the cabin emerges with a shotgun, demanding they leave. She doesn't get the chance to stop them, as the vesps attack and kill her before the family can flee. They crawl through a drainage tunnel to escape the cabin's fences, only to encounter more danger. A rattlesnake in the woods catches the vesps' attention, and the creatures swarm toward it, Kelly in the process. A nail-biting moment unfolds when Hugh turns on a nearby wood chipper, using it to draw the vesps into it, killing the creatures and giving the family a chance to escape. Inside the cabin, the family finally has some time to treat Kelly's wounds. It's a brief moment of relief, but the world outside continues to grow darker. Allie uses her iPad to contact Rob, a boy she's been texting, to check on his family. Rob's situation is worsening, and this phone call brings another realization. The world is falling apart, and the creatures are everywhere. Things continue to spiral downward when the family is forced to make a daring trip into a nearby town for medical supplies. During their journey, Hugh and Allie run into a strange man, a mute who calls himself the Reverend. This man is not just any survivor. He's the leader of a dangerous cult called the Hushed, a group that believes in total silence as a way to escape the Vesps. The Reverend urges Hugh and Allie to join him, but they refuse. It's clear that the Reverend is desperate and his intentions are anything but pure. He hints that he wants Allie for his twisted plans. As the family returns to the cabin, the Reverend and his followers show up, pushing the family to the edge. Hugh is forced to pull a shotgun on the cult leader, making it clear that they won't be joining the Hushed. The tension mounts, and the family realizes that they must protect Allie at all costs, because she's their only hope for survival in this silent world. Later that evening, a young girl arrives at the cabin seeking refuge. At first, the family is kind, letting her in, but soon they realize that she's part of the cult, one of the Hushed. When the girl reveals a vest full of ringing cell phones, it becomes clear that she's a threat. The cell phones start ringing, summoning the Vesps to the cabin. The creatures break through the windows, and in the ensuing chaos, cult members break in and attempt to kidnap Allie. Lynn, in a moment of ultimate sacrifice, screams to draw the Vesps toward her, allowing Allie to escape. It's a heartbreaking moment, and Lynn's sacrifice sets the stage for a brutal fight between the family and the cult. Hugh and Kelly fight back, killing the Reverend and taking down several of his followers. With the danger temporarily behind them, Hugh, Kelly, Allie, and Jude make their way north, hoping to find safety in a place called the Refuge. The family's journey has been long and grueling, and as they finally reach their destination, they reunite with Rob, who has also made the journey north. The world may still be dangerous, but at least they've found a place where they can begin to fight back. Allie and Rob, now together, begin adapting their survival skills to hunt the Vesps and protect those they love. The silence ends on a note of hope, but it's a fragile one. The family has survived the worst of it, but the world is still a terrifying place. The Vesps may still be out there, and the future remains uncertain. The movie leaves us with a haunting image of what humanity has become: a quiet, hunted world, where every sound is a potential death sentence. And in this silent, monstrous world, survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about learning to live in silence. So, which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our fun recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Produced by Warner Talks.